Man, how y'all feeling? It's AC Lucky back with another video, with another movie, I should say. Whoever you are watching this video, you are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? If you watching this from Africa, if you watching this from London, the UK, who else? What else? The UK, Florida, Jamaica, Rasta, man. The islands, wherever you watching this from, you are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Never forget that. You are beautiful. Just know this. Always remember this. You have the sauce. You have the sauce, you have the recipe, but even if you give them your recipe to your sauce, they still can't make it how you make it, because you make your sauce out of love. I'm saying nobody can make your sauce how you make your sauce. Nobody can do what you do how you do it. You feel me? So it's like, stop caring if somebody is watching you. I'm saying they watch you for a reason. You are a star. I'm saying when you are a star, you shine bright as fuck. I'm saying you shine bright as fuck, and you do what you want without caring. You gotta do what you want. You gotta just look at things and observe things and be like, damn, that shit is really beautiful. When you look at the sun, what do you see? When you look at the trees, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? How do things make you feel? How do things make you feel? Because however things make you feel, it should be really valued. If something make you feel so fantastic, so amazing about yourself inside of you, you gotta value that. If something make you feel so dead inside, so empty, you gotta let that go. You know what I'm saying? Some things are not worth holding on to. Some things are not worth holding on to. You gotta just move on. If it come back around, okay, I get it now. If something come back around, it's gonna click. It's gonna click with you. It's gonna have you like, okay, I get it now. But if it don't come back around, it's gonna have you like this. I was right. I was right. That intuition, it never leads you to a path of destruction. People will take your hand and jump off the bridge with you. You know what I'm saying? People will really take your hand and jump off a cliff with you. You gotta just listen. When you listen, what do you hear? When you listen, how do you feel? When you talk, do people listen? When you talk, do people hear you? When you hear yourself talk, how do you feel when you hear yourself talk? Do you feel like you are a billionaire when you talk? Do you feel like you are a millionaire when you talk? How do you feel when you talk? You can't be afraid to talk. You can't be afraid to speak your thoughts. You gotta really just know who the fuck you are. You gotta really know who you are, because you are so powerful. You are more beautiful than you think. People actually can see you. They don't see you out these two eyes. They see you out this eye, that eye, that eye. You have a lot of eyes on your body that you need to take notice of. You need to take notice to those eyes, because every eye you see different. Every eye you look at, every eye you view out of, you see the world different. When you start to see the world out your first eye, you start to see things for what it is. You start to see things and people as a soul. Like, everything really has a spirit or a soul in it. So that animal that's right there is really a human being. It's a human being that's trapped in an animal's body, in a dog's body. Everything is alive. Every single thing is alive. You You feel me? That's why we can't take nothing for granted. On your bad days, you still gotta get up and, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta get up. On your bad days, it be your best days. Your bad days help you realize that the bad days be your best days. Those good days are a reward. When you have a good day, that's like a reward. So every single day is a day to be great. Every single day is a day to shine your light. Every single day is a day to do what you want to do. Don't let people trick you. Because people will try to trick you. People will try to manipulate you. They will try to get you doing things you normally don't do. That's why you got to use discernment. You got to use the powers and the abilities that was given to you. You got to use those abilities. You don't have those abilities for no reason. You don't have the ability to read a person's mind for no reason. You don't have the ability to read a person's aura for no reason. You got to use those abilities. You got to use those psychic gifts. That's one thing I had to really learn in life at the point I am at right now. I had to really trust myself and trust my powers. It's like when you find out you got powers, you don't really believe it until you start to see it. When you start to see it happen around you, it's like, okay, I understand I got powers now. When you start to see the way people treat you, no, when you start to pay attention to the way people treat you, you're going to really understand you got powers. You feel me? The fuck? What the fuck? It's kids out here, my nigga. Yeah, I thought I was a... Bro, I ain't gonna cap. One thing you should always... One thing you should always know, like, half of the people, like, that be out here, half of the people that look like they are not real people, they look like people off GTA, they don't be real people. They be NPCs, they be robots, like, they just be spawning out of nowhere. Like, they really be spawning from different places, like, on God. But as I was saying, you know what I'm saying, don't be afraid to love yourself. Don't be afraid to show people who you really are. Because people, they gonna think you weak. Let these people know, yeah, I'm strong enough. I don't need y'all. You don't need nobody. You don't need nobody. You got yourself, and you got a whole team behind you. You got a whole team that's telling you take that risk. You got to take risks on yourself. You don't need nobody to be successful. You don't need nobody to give you validation on what you are doing. I'm saying, you don't need nobody. You got God. You are God. But the world is beautiful. The world is beautiful. You hear that? It's calling your name. It's calling your name. Whatever you want to do, it's calling your name. So when you are at let's say you are at a carnival, and you just wanna get a teddy bear or something, it's calling your name. It's calling your name to do it. Whatever you want to do, it's calling your name to do it. So every time you want to do something, think about this. It's calling my name. It's calling my name to do it. I have to do it. It's calling my name. You know what I'm saying? Never forget, it's calling your name. And when it's calling your name, it's never going to stop calling your name. When something is calling your name, it's never going to stop calling your name. Yeah, it's calling your name. It's calling your name. Hmm. When we don't talk, we are still talking in the thoughts. So whatever that went through your mind, it went through my mind. Everything is an illusion, which we all know that everything is really fake. Everything you experience in this world is not really real. It's like when you are feeling alive, that means you feel dead in the inside. When you feel alive in this world, in this physical, you are dead in the inside. You are not really alive. And when you feel dead, you feel alive. See, right now, I feel dead. I feel so alive that I feel dead. I feel like I already experienced everything I'm going through. So, once you really detach from the, once you detach from the, once you detach from the physical, you're gonna really understand that you are dead. Everything that's happening around you, everything that's happening for you, it's a purpose. It's a purpose. Get to know yourself on a spiritual level. If you really want to know what you are here for, get to know yourself on a spiritual level. It's not that hard. By you sitting by the water, you are receiving information. By you looking at the sun, you are receiving information. By you just being next to a tree, you are receiving information. A lot of people, they be faking. That's the honest truth. A lot of people, they be faking. You can't hide how you feel. Whatever you're going through inside you, whatever you're going through within, it's going to show on your avatar. It's going to show on the outside. You feel me? It's going to really show. So don't think you are so clever at hiding how you feel, because you can't hide how you feel. A person is going to pick up on that. A person that's really in tune with themselves, they're going to pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pick up on that. They're going to pick up what you are going through. They're going to pick up on how you feel. They're going to pick up on that. You got people out here that really can read you. You got people out here that really can predict your future. You got people out here that can really look at you and can tell you got a future. They're like, yeah, he's going to be something. She's going to be something. They knew that your whole entire life. When they looked at you, they always knew it was you. They always knew you was going to amount out to be something. They always knew that you was destined for some type of success. It's like when you are chosen to do something, it's not easy. It's very difficult. But you have the power to overcome that. You have the power to overcome challenging, tough times, because this is not your first time. It's like when you chosen for a path, when you chosen for a destiny, the beginning stages is the most hard stages. But once you get to that place you always wish to be at, it's gonna be one of the most lonely chapters of your life. I'm saying, once you get that car, once you get that home, once you get that family, it's gonna be lonely, because you are dealing with so many people's emotions, and you gotta understand that emotions are not real, but you are around a bunch of different creatures that do not know how to control their emotions. So you have to teach that person how to deal with hate. You have to teach that person how to deal with hard times. You have to teach that person how to deal with getting picked on at school because you are a parent, you are a father, you are a mom. It's like the older you get, the lonelier life gets. The lonelier life gets. But being lonely doesn't mean you are always alone. Being lonely can mean you are around thousands of people, and you still feel like nobody understands you. Nobody really will understand a man that really thinks deep. Nobody really gonna understand a woman that really thinks deep. Unless you find your match. But you will find people that really understand you, but they only gonna understand you from a certain point of view, because they don't really know how you feel about a rock. They don't really know how you feel about the sun. They don't know how you feel about the trees. They only understand you to a certain extent because they are on a certain level of consciousness. Even when you are on the same level of conscious with the same person, you still won't understand why that person do that, why that person do that, why you do that a certain different way. Everybody do things different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do things different. Everybody speak different. Everybody hear different. Everybody is gifted different. So you have to just accept the fact that nobody's really gonna understand you completely. But that doesn't mean nobody will understand you. It's just like nobody's really gonna understand you completely. Nobody gonna understand why you color. Nobody gonna understand like why you go so hard at that thing. Nobody's gonna understand. You have to accept the fact that nobody's gonna understand you in this world. You have to accept that fact. You have to come to a point like, okay, it's completely fine that he don't understand why I make these types of videos. It's completely fine. But somebody will. Somebody will. Always keep that in your mind. Somebody will. Somebody will accept me. Somebody will deal with my bullshit. Somebody will sacrifice to be with me. Somebody will. You know what I mean? But I love y'all, man. I was receiving downloads in this video. You are beautiful. You are loved. Never forget that. Never forget that. Never forget that. You are beautiful. You are loved. I'm AC Lucky. I'm signing out.